and welcome to another episode of Spotlight on Middlesex County, where we share the latest news about events, services, and programs throughout the county. I'm your host, Middlesex County Board of County Commissioners Director Ron Rios, and I thank you for joining me today. We have an exciting episode planned. Now that the weather is warmer, we're looking to spend more time outdoors, and Middlesex County is perfect for outdoor fun. In fact, I'm coming to you today from one of our beautiful county parks, Joseph Medwick Park, right here in my hometown of Carteret. But you don't have to film a TV show to enjoy all of the wonderful outdoor space in Middlesex County. From our county golf course to our county parks, there's something for everyone. So today, we're going to give you a glimpse into just a little bit of the summer fun you can have outdoors in Middlesex County. First up, we've got an update on the exciting renovations happening at our county golf course, Tamarack Golf Course. Located in East Brunswick, Tamarack features two 18-hole championship courses, both of which are receiving structural and aesthetic upgrades under the watchful eye of architect Mark Mungum of Mungum Golf Design. Recently, we spoke with Mark at Tamarack Golf Course to see how it's all coming along. Take a look.
The main focus is, of course, to improve the golf course. And to do that, the primary work that we really wanted to do was to improve the drainage. And doesn't sound very exciting, but the golf course, when we analyzed it and we talked to people that played it, the biggest complaint about the golf course was that it didn't drain very well, that it was really wet and soft. And so we felt that was the most important thing to try to take care of here on the East course was make sure we added enough drainage that it played a lot firmer and a lot faster, and that it would make the grass a lot healthier as well. So obviously conditioning is a factor of drainage, and so by improving the drainage we're able to improve the conditioning as well. We wanted to break up the construction a little bit, not have one contractor do all of the work. So we split it into three phases. The first phase was irrigation. It's a completely new irrigation system throughout the entire golf course. Second phase was clearing and drainage work, heavy drainage work. That was done by a local contractor called PM Construction. The irrigation work is being done by the George Lake Company out of Pennsylvania area. And the last phase of the work, of course, is the golf course renovation work. Golf course renovations include earth moving, smaller drainage pipes, rebuilding of the tees, the greens, or some of the greens, not all of them, bunker work, and all that, all the finish work and grassing. So it's been proceeding great, so we're really happy with how it's gone forward. Right now, the clearing and drainage contractor has completed work. They've moved off the site. They'll still have a little bit of punch list work left to do. The irrigation work, they have to kind of wait on the golf course renovation work to occur before they can install all of their irrigation, but all of the main line has been installed. The main line's been charged with water, so there's able to water parts of the course with the new irrigation system. And they're working on doing all their laterals. They're doing the fairway drainage and the fairway irrigation and the irrigation around the greens and the tees right now. I have made changes to the plan, much to the chagrin of the civil engineer, CME Associates on the project. I come down and I look at things once a week, and I'm always making adjustments based on the existing site conditions, the amount of material that we have to work with, lots of different factors. The trees that might have been saved or trees that might have been cut. So they're not huge changes. It's maybe just the location of a drainage pipe, or adding some more drainage in an area that I think is going to be too wet. So I want to make sure that it's drier. So we'll add drainage. The bunkering You know, we may look at the bunkering a little bit differently while the ground is being moved around than I did beforehand. And so we might take an area, instead of having 2 bunkers there, we might only have 1, and we'll move that bunker to another location. So the 12th hole is one in particular that has seen the most change. And so that's probably one of my favorites at this point. We've actually excavated and moved about 6,000 cubic yards of dirt out of the 12th fairway area or rough area. And it's created a hole that now you start on a high area where the tees are, plays down through a valley, and then back up to the green, which I think is a real improved look over what it was, where there used to be a little bit of a mound that was in front of the tees that you played over. So the 12th is one in particular that I think has improved a lot. The 14th hole I think is going to be awesome. I mean, it was always a nice hole in that it played off of a hill, and you hit down into the fairway and then back up to the green. And obviously the hole still does that, but we've moved some of the bunkering around and rebuilt the tees so the tees have better visibility of the fairway. And I think that hole has improved a lot as well. A lot of the other changes we haven't seen yet because they're going to be grassing changes. The way the fairways shift and move back and forth comes with the planting of those areas, and that's a process that we still haven't started yet, and we're still defining that. So there'll still be some more things that are going to happen, and at the end of the job, I may have 3 other holes that I like more than the ones I mentioned, but right now, those are the 2 that in particular I really like. In 6 months, we hope to be done. And at that point, it'll be up to the maintenance Indigo Golf to start establishing the turf and growing it in and getting it ready for play. Really, I mean, the whole schedule is set up for us to be planting the grass and sowing the seed in late summer, early fall, because that is the best time to establish turf. And so we'll need the rest of the fall and early next spring for it to become ready to play on. You know, getting it planted is, you're a long way still from being able to have it be ready to open. So you basically need 3 months of growing weather to be able to get it to be ready to open. So, you know, we're looking at October, May, June of next year to have it be really completed and ready to play on.
Wow, the project is moving right along. Thanks for the update, Mark. And these exciting upgrades aren't all that's happening at Tamarack Golf Course this summer. They currently have a PGA Golf Pro on hand to provide lessons. County Commissioner Charlie Tomaro chairs the county's Infrastructure Management Committee and is a golf enthusiast. He graciously agreed to help us share some tips from Tamarack's PGA Golf Pro on how to improve your golf game. Check it out.
How you doing today? My name is Mike Andrews. I'm the Director of Instructions here with the Middlesex County Golf Courses. I'm here with County Commissioner Charlie Tamaro. I'm going to talk to him a little bit today about how he's working his golf swing this season, hoping we can get better.
All right, Charlie. When we're talking about your golf grip today, you position your right hand on the club. We always want to make sure that heel pad is sitting on top of the grip. So when I release this club, you'll still be able to support it parallel to the ground, knowing that is in a specific position on the club. Terrific location. If we could just rotate that hand a little bit to your right, put that thumb a little bit offline, great. So now I can see just a couple of knuckles. Very sound right hand grip position. Now when that left hand comes on, we always want to get the idea that your bottom hand is always going to be an image of what's going on with the club face. So if you were going to hit the golf ball with your palm, you want to have it in a position on that grip that is going to mirror what's going on here. You can see that you play with all 10 fingers on the grip. Very, very sound operation there. No issues at all. You can play with that thumb riding up your shoulder in a good position there, rather than have your thumb ride up towards the buttons or your chin. You just want to rotate that hand a little bit so I can see some fingernails. Pretty sound grip. Your grip pressure, we're looking to hold it in that 5, 6, 7 range. We're not looking to kind of squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube. with tension there, but still be able to feel like you've got a hollow steel shaft and all the energy is down here with this big hunk of metal. Okay. When we go to address the golf ball, you set up like you're going to hit that tee. When we talk about what you're doing in your posture, we're going to try to keep the weight over the center of your feet, add just a subtle amount of knee flex into there. And now all the fun happens when we get to the waist, because right now we're pretty upright at the moment. So in order for you to create some spine angle to get the club to the tee, you've got to push your belt line back. And now all of a sudden we create this angle in your back. That's how we want to get to the golf ball. You've given me just a little bit of knee flex, which is perfectly fine. I'm not a big fan of playing with a lot of knee flex, because when you start with a lot of knee flex, you've got to keep all that knee flex in the golf swing. So just a good posture where you're on balance, so I can't move you in any specific direction. You kind of get us into a position where we're ready to move the club. Okay, now that we've got you in a comfortable setup and a posture that'll give us a chance to hit the golf ball, we got to start moving the club. All right, so if we figure out that the golf ball is at 6 o'clock, as we move the club away from the ball, we get to about 4 o'clock, the club face is still kind of looking at the golf ball, which is a good thing. Now all of a sudden we can get parallel to the ground, and the shaft of the club is parallel to the target line at the moment. All good stuff. Now we can hinge those wrists, get the club at 12 o'clock, and continue, yes, the backswing. Now free, don't make a motion. You're on weight here, no issues at all. Your belt buckle has made a turn, so we know your core has made a turn. More importantly, your shoulders have made a deeper turn, so we're creating some energy, which is terrific. Now we have to transfer that energy through the golf ball and into the hitting area. Great. Coming through, add a little bit of a turn to that side. Yes, now all of a sudden freeze. Your belt line, your buttons are all looking at the target. You're on balance on the front side, which is the most important thing. And the ball is going at our target. Sure. Let's make a practice swing and see if we can hit the tee before we put a ball on, a real golf ball down. Good. Like the motion. All right. Ready for a golf ball? Yep. Love it. Good club face. See your back pocket, so you're making an effort to make the move. Long term, I'd love to see the bottom of your left shoe as you make your motion through. So what would that look like if you showed me the entire sole of your shoe? Yes. You'd be on that front side and you'd be off of that side. So as we continue on through the year, that's going to be a long-term goal. Love it. Good contact, good strike. 2 in a row. Now we're talking. Now that pocket's moving. All right? Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. We set up with the golf ball in the center of your stance. All right. It's great that you're the righty and I'm the lefty here. We could be a mirror image. So when we move back to our first kind of checkpoint where we get the club face still looking at the target, we can get the parallel to the ground. Yes. Now we can hinge the club to the top. Great. Now with this move, you have turned your buttons away from the hitting area, which is terrific. You've turned your belt line away from the hitting area. You're on balance on your trail leg, which is terrific. So now we have to initiate the downswing move. We're always looking to kind of shift our weight forward to start, and then all of a sudden the shoulders, arms, and hands can lead us into the impact area. And when that happens, that trail leg and that trail hip are also moving you into that hitting area. So there's the area that we have to kind of, yes, we got to get you more lubricated to come in and make that turn. Great. Now all of a sudden I can see your trail pocket. We're over here parallel to the ground. You're off your back foot, and then we're just moving into your finish position where you get your belt buckle and your buttons looking at your target. That was a very efficient transfer of weight there on the lower part of your body. That's what we're kind of looking for. So we're about to wrap up this lesson with the commissioner here, and just kind of 3 things I'd like you to just focus on as you continue in your golfing journey this year.
Number one is let's keep a sound grip where we can keep that lower hand looking at the target. If we can do that, we got a fighting chance to hit it straight. Number two is when you get into your posture, let's make sure that you are comfortable and in a position that is repeatable every time. So if we can stay comfortable, then chances are it's going to be repeatable. Number three, let's move that weight and balance and energy moving forward through the hit so we can get off of that trail leg and onto that front leg into the finish position. If we can get you off of your trail side, we also have a better opportunity to hit the ball straight, which is good. We don't want to ever have the club face out race your hands, but if we can get it in motion, we can have the club face, the trailing hand, the trailing hip at the ball at the same time, we're probably going to have an opportunity to hit it down the fairway.
I want to thank Mike and Drusen for coming out here this morning to teach me how to swing the ball better than I have in the past. You know, we're here at Tamarack Golf Course, which is one of our nicest golf courses. We have 3 of them in Middlesex County. You know, come out here and enjoy a day golfing, even if you're not that good at golfing. You know, as I'm not. But we're doing a lot of improvements to this golf course. You'll be happy to see of all the monies that we invested in this golf course to become a destination for you to come and golf. Please come out here, enjoy the day. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive of a sport. You can rent the clubs here. You can rent a cart. You can walk. It's a great way to exercise and a beautiful day and a sunny day like it is Sunday morning here. Thank you for watching.
That was great. My thanks to Commissioner Tomaro and everyone at Tamarack Golf Course for joining us today. Of course, golf is just one of the many ways to enjoy the great outdoors in Middlesex County. With more than 11,000 acres of parks and conservation areas, you can always find something to do, from walking, hiking, and biking, to kayaking, canoeing, and fishing. There are plenty of options. At the county, we're committed to preserving as much open space as possible and making that space accessible to county residents. In fact, we recently completed our newest county park, the 19th in our county park system. Thomas Mundy Peterson Park is located along the Perth Amboy waterfront and features synthetic turf athletic fields, a waterfront walkway with views of the Arthur Kill, and park benches so you can relax and enjoy the view. The park was named in honor of Thomas Mundy Peterson, a resident of the city of Perth Amboy and the first African American to vote in the United States after the 15th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution granted African American men the right to vote in 1870. In the meantime, we're going outdoors with this next segment. Eric Gehring, Open Space Coordinator and Park Naturalist in the Middlesex County Office of Parks and Recreation, has some insight to share about the county's miles of hiking trails. Let's have a look.
I'm Eric Gehring, Open Space Coordinator for Middlesex County's Office of Parks and Recreation. We're here at Davidson's Mill Pond Park today, out exploring some of our hiking trails. Middlesex County has over 11,000 acres of county-owned parkland. 3,000 acres of those are our active recreation parks with ball fields and playgrounds and picnic groves. That leaves 8,000 acres of our open space preserves. And the best way to explore those areas is with our 30+ miles of natural surface hiking trails. Here at Davidson Mill Pond Park, we have nearly 3 miles of trails that explore about 500 acres. One of those is the Mill Pond Trail that we're on right now. This rocky trail makes its way along the Mill Pond, giving you views of the water through beautiful beech and oak forests and a chance to explore different sections of the park. The Mill Pond Trail here at Davidson Mill Pond Park does have great views of Davidson's Mill Pond, which is the source of the Lawrence Brook, which flows north into Farrington Lake. The nearby Farrington Lake Trail follows the Lawrence Brook for about 2 miles, giving you great views of the brook itself and the animals and plants that live there. The Mill Pond Trail at Davidson's Mill Pond Park is underlined by this interesting geology. We've got all this diabase rock, rock that was laid down way back in the Jurassic by volcanic activity occurring underground. It's related to the same rock formations that form the Palisades or the Sauerland Mountains, and it's one of my favorite places in the county to see some interesting geology and topography. A number of trails at Davidson Mill Pond Park travel through open meadows like the one we're standing in the middle of. So you get a great chance to get up close and personal with some of these meadow species like the common milkweed. Great places to view different types of pollinators, bumblebees, honeybees, and of course butterflies. And it's also a place to find some of the birds and animals that like these open spaces. So our purple martins, which are nesting back over here, swallows, bluebirds, American kestrels. These are all birds that like these wide open spaces, just like me. The Jamesburg Park Conservation Area has over 1,400 acres of protected natural area and 7.5 miles of hiking trails to help you explore it, like the one right back here behind me. The trails go through unique Pine Barrens outlier habitat. So this is a section of the New Jersey Pine Barrens that's separate from the larger Pine Barrens down in Atlantic and Burlington counties. So it's a great chance to see some species that we don't have in other places in the county. Pitch pine trees, different types of low blueberries, a variety of different kinds of oaks, and then of course the animals that live here as well. Carpenter frogs, whippoorwills, pine warblers, a real gem of a place. The Pitch Pine Loop, the White Trail, will bring you out to here, a bird blind that overlooks Helmetta Pond just back here behind me. Along the edge of the pond, we have some really rare Atlantic white cedar tree populations, and in the pond itself, carnivorous bog plants grow along the edge. The bird blind is a great place to come take a peek and see what birds might be out there at all different times of the year. Our county parks have two self-guided interpretive trails. One is the nature trail at the John F. Phillips Preserve. The other is the paddling trail here at Jamesburg Park Conservation Area at Helmetta Pond. You'll find an interpretive guide that goes along with several different stops out in the pond where you can paddle with your canoe or your kayak. At each stop, you'll learn a little bit of information about what you see here in the parks and here in the pond. When navigating the trails in Middlesex County's parks, we recommend that you take a trail map with you. Trail maps can be found on our website, middlesexcountynj.gov, or you can find physical maps at many of the trailheads. Our trail system subscribes to this blazing convention to help you navigate the trails. So when you're out there, look for painted rectangles on trees, rocks, and posts that will help you navigate. Each different block will show you a direction the trail might be going. Straight ahead, left turn, right turn, stop, or beginning. We're on the Ireland Brook Trail at the Ireland Brook Conservation Area, which stretches through East Brunswick and South Brunswick. So you've got over 520 acres of preserved parkland. You've got 3 miles of trails to explore. Those trails go past some vernal ponds, some active farmland above the Ireland Brook itself in the riparian area, and of course through beautiful forested areas like the one behind me. In 2006, the county commissioners created the Middlesex County Conservation Corps. It's made up of our volunteer corps as well as our youth conservation corps. Every year, thousands of volunteers join us to help do litter patrols, beach sweeps, and do trail work to help maintain our open space properties. Our Youth Conservation Corps is geared for students 16 through college to come out and help build new trails, maintain the trails that are here, remove invasive species, and help protect native habitat. The 3-mile-long Ireland Brook Trail is blazed yellow, and these blazes here above me are telling us that the yellow trail turns to the right. When hiking on our trails, it's important that you take steps to keep yourself and others safe. Bring a trail map, that way you know where you're going. Make sure you let someone else know where you're going to be and when you expect to be back. Dress for the weather. Wear proper footwear. Dress and prepare yourself to avoid any tick-borne diseases, and of course, be courteous to others on the trail. When you're out there, stay on the marked trails and avoid approaching wildlife. We hope you have a great time enjoying the 30-plus miles of hiking trails in Middlesex County parks.
That was great, Eric. Thank you for that. That's our show for today. Once again, I would like to thank all of our guests for joining us today. Thank you all for tuning in for this month's episode of Spotlight on Middlesex County. As always, more information about the topics we discussed today can be found on our website at www.middlesexcountynj.gov. On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, I hope that you and your families are staying safe and healthy. Please continue to follow all safety recommendations regarding COVID-19. And please get outside and enjoy everything Middlesex County has to offer. We'll see you back here next month with a new episode of Spotlight on Middlesex County.